In almost any competitive system in the world, scoring in the 99th percentile means you have reached the summit. It is the gold standard that usually guarantees elite status and absolute success. But for the 2026 JEE Main, that 99th percentile score functioned less like a trophy and more like a rejection letter for the country's top engineering branches. Consider the father in Varanasi who spent 18 lakh rupees on coaching in Kota to prepare his daughter for this moment. Despite her 99.2 percentile score, she found the doors to the top IITs firmly closed. It raises a difficult mathematical question. How can you outperform 990 out of every 1,000 applicants and still lose? For these students, the benchmark for excellence has hit a hard ceiling. When scoring in the top 1% results in a rejection, the exam is no longer behaving like a standard assessment. It has become a bottleneck where merit alone is no longer enough to secure a seat. The math of this failure starts with the sheer scale of the applicant pool. This year, JEE Main registrations hit a record high of over 25 lakh students. Even after you filter out 99% of those candidates, you are still left with a highly condensed group of roughly 30,000 top-tier students. The problem is that the entire IIT system only offers about 17,000 total seats. The math simply does not work for the remaining 13,000 students who technically scored in that elite top bracket. This intense pressure creates an extreme bottleneck. At the top of the pyramid, the computer science branch at IIT Bombay closed last year at rank 66. Because the applicant-to-seat ratio is so severely imbalanced, these students are no longer competing on engineering potential. They are fighting to be statistical anomalies. If the test is designed to be impossibly difficult, how are so many students managing to cluster at the very top of the scoring range? The primary driver of these soaring scores is a 58,000 crore rupee coaching industry that has effectively reverse-engineered the exam. These institutes do not focus on teaching fundamental engineering principles. Instead, they drill students in pattern recognition and time management algorithms designed specifically to hack the standardized format of the test. This highly mechanical approach to test-taking has led to massive marks inflation. In a single session this year, 26 different students achieved a mathematically perfect 100 percentile. Keeping up with this manufactured excellence is expensive. Middle-class families are spending up to 25 lakh rupees on tuition and housing, often draining retirement savings or taking out loans just to stay in the race. For the students, the cost is psychological. The constant evaluation and high stakes trigger acute test anxiety, creating a pressure cooker environment that can actually impair the cognitive focus needed for real problem solving. By turning exam cracking into a mass-produced skill, the coaching industry has severed the link between a high test score and actual engineering aptitude. The struggle doesn't end with the first result. Roughly 250,000 students will qualify for the JEE Advanced, but tens of thousands of those top-tier winners will still leave the counseling process without an IIT admission. For these middle-class families, they are essentially paying millions of rupees for a highly marketed, extremely low-probability lottery ticket. This raises the question, what is this elaborate machinery actually testing for? The JEE measures the ability to perform under extreme pressure on a specific question format. It does not measure the curiosity, creativity, or resilience required to be a successful engineer in the real world. India has built an expensive, soul-crushing system that filters for test-taking speed, while potentially screening out the country's true innovators. Until the system prioritizes genuine engineering aptitude over extreme pressure performance, the IIT dream will remain a machine that exhausts family finances, compromises teenage mental health, and fails to identify the engineers the future actually needs.